Hey, noble ones, you know when clowns tell you that it's not really racism unless it's both systemic and institutional? Well, what do you call this then? Ontario University research position restricted to those who are women, transgender, non-binary, or two-spirit. Somehow we've embraced this false notion that discrimination can be good, and it simply cannot. You know that I've talked about University of Waterloo already several times on this channel. In fact, I dare to say that not only I've got several videos dedicated to their absolutely disgusting practices, but it's becoming basically like a series. Dare I say, a Netflix TV show. If it was adapted to a Netflix TV show, though, they would turn me black. You know that. But check this out. NSERC Tier 1 Canada Research Chairs in Computer Science. 2 positions, internal, external. The David R. Cherital School of Computer Science in the Faculty of Mathematics at the University of Waterloo invites applications for 2 tenured faculty positions. Exceptional scholars and researchers at the rank of full professor or associate professor are sought, who are eligible to apply for a Tier 1 Canada Research Chair, CRC, established by the Government of Canada to enable Canadian universities to foster research excellence. Priority research areas include: Position 1. All areas of artificial intelligence. The call is open only to qualified individuals who self-identify as women, transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, or two-spirit. What a clown world. Position 2. All areas of computer science. The call is open only to qualified individuals who self-identify as a member of a racialized minority. In other words, instead of writing, University of Waterloo. If there is one thing that annoys me particularly is inefficiency. You're being inefficient because you all of these words. I mean, look at this. Look at this word salad of a million words that you have to write. It's easy. I'll make it very simple for you. Instead of writing all of this, just say, we exclude for this application white men. Straight white men. 3 words versus 1, 2, 3, in fact 4, I have to put identify, 5, 6, 7, only open to qualified individuals who self-identify as a member of a racialized minority. I don't even know how many words we've got. You could have done it with 3 words. We exclude purposely straight white males. Now here's the other thing that I have to ask at this point. Could you explain to me, university, if your objective is excellence, research excellence, and you're looking for exceptional scholars and researchers, what does their sexuality have anything to do with that? Why, in order to find excellence, you are going to give priority to someone who says, I'm gender fluid, but maybe they never studied but maybe they're actually subpar when it comes to their ability to study. Maybe not, who knows? But you're giving priority to this, which means you're automatically excluding someone who perhaps is straight, and that disqualifies them. So at this point, it could be a black straight man. Could you imagine that? Or a black straight woman. But because she likes men, you're going to give the job to, at this point, a white gender fluid. On the basis of what? Sexuality instead of research excellence? Clowns. Also, individuals who self-identify as women, you know what this means? It means that basically you're going to give the job to a guy on the basis of just him saying, they might even be trolling you at this point. This guy might tell you, oh yeah, I identify as a woman. And so he's going to get the job instead of a woman, even though they're supposed to be pro-feminist. And then when he gets the job, makes all the money he makes, and then when he's home, he's like, oh yeah, what me identify as a woman? I don't know what they're on about. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you need. Because it doesn't even say it's someone who's actually gone through surgery, then I believe it. Or it's someone who actually cross-dresses. Maybe they just cross-dress for the interview, but then they never do ever again. Transgender, gender fluid, no, two-spirit. What the heck is two-spirit, by the way? I keep seeing this at the University of Canada because you spam it everywhere. What on earth is a two-spirit? If the fact is, the part that really gets me the most is the racial one. Why? Because it says the call is open only to qualified individuals who self-identify as a member of a racialized minority. So does this work if it's a white guy who identifies as black? Can you do that? Because otherwise they wouldn't say who self-identity or identify. They would say someone who belongs to or who is a member. No, the self-identification is the important aspect, which means because they live in Lululand, they live in it's all about fantasy and virtual signaling. Man, if you live in Canada, I really feel for you. I really do. Unless you're one of those that voted this in power, then I don't feel it for you. You reap what you sow. But for the rest of the people, for the normal people that are like, what on earth? It's like normal people. Like people are like, I don't care what you do in your privacy. I don't care about your personal, what consenting adults do. I do care, however, when it comes to equal opportunities under the law in education. Also because this will collapse a nation, by the way. If you start replacing actually talented people on the basis of who do they sleep with, believable, I have to say that. Yeah, you're not going to be much excellent. You're not going to have much excellency in that university panel now, will you? Also, what's interesting about this is that after they got called out, because I mean, here it is, University of Waterloo, this is the thing with a little logo, look at us, look. Look at this. The department, we need to read this. Tier 1 Canada Research Chair in Applied Mathematics. Mathematics, I mean, the one, I don't, but I can understand if it was like, it's about gender studies. Then I guess put someone who believes in that nonsense. Social scientist. But a mathematician, are you out of your mind? A mathematician needs to be someone who is skilled. Not someone who's, I don't know, who would you identify as? All right, let's go. A date advertised June 5th, 2025. So this is recent for all of you who always complain about, oh, but this is a post from 2022. Why are you posting it now? Because if it's relevant, I'll post something even if it's from 1322, by the way. But regardless, I digress. The Department of Applied Mathematics in the Faculty of Mathematics at the University of Waterloo is seeking an exceptional scholar. And the researchers, we know that. Look at this. The anticipated earliest start date is September 1st, 2026, to address legal requirements for supporting underrepresented groups in the CRC program. So it's the government that is making them do it. It's the government. Eligible candidates for this search are required to identify as a woman or gender equity seeking groups. Oh yeah, because they keep changing the nomenclature. And so now I don't know what the heck a gender equity seeking group is, because up to 15 seconds ago we were calling them minorities, but now apparently according to the University of Waterloo, you can't say minorities anymore. You have to say equity deserving groups. So usually the equity deserving group is that, but in this case I don't know, because it's gender equity seeking groups. Clowns. Which is defined to include individuals who self-identify as women, transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, and two-spirit people. Canada is a mess. But look at this. They got backlash for it. And as far as I could tell now, I can't access it. I guess they got the two jobs and they hush, unless there is another way to get through it, and perhaps this is a bad gate. I don't know. Creating Center for Career Development. No, it's not. Center for Propaganda Pushing and Virtual Signaling. This is what this is. Disappointing. And another D word I'm going to use for this is disgusting. I am absolutely, utterly disgusted by the lack of professionalism, intelligence, equality, justice of this mockery of a university. And the fact that students have to deal with this, if they are just normal people that want to get a degree, they want to do a career, maybe they love what they're studying, but half of the damn curriculum is going to be decolonizing it. So we're going to have to tell you that white people are bad. We're going to put black people everywhere. We're going to say that we're going to say, and there is nothing wrong, by the way, with putting a picture of a black student, but in this specific context, yes, there is. Because in this specific context, it's not coming from a desire for equal treatment of all human beings under the law and within society. No, sir, it's based on the fact that if you're straight, white, and male, you are evil in the eyes of authorities as they bend the knee, of academic authorities as they bend the knee to government authorities. It's basically the same thing that happened in 1930s Germany, where universities and the church had to deal with the Austrian painters fan club, and they had to do what they were told. They had to support whatever the heck, the regime. It's the same thing. We're doing it again. We learned nothing. 20th century totalitarian regimes, wars, 2 world wars, and we learned nothing. They told us we were going to be the first post-racial generation, and the reality is that we have never been so racist as we are now. We just changed it. We just changed the target. But the level of racism, particularly the way it's imbued within the younger members of our society, the children, and through social media, university classrooms, video games, movies, articles, anything, it's at a completely different level because of the advent of new levels of technology and cutting edge technology, which has been manipulated in order to brainwash the mind. This is poison. I'm just going to say it. This is poison. And eventually we'll have to learn to get rid of it and get back to academic neutrality. That's what we're supposed to see here. Professionalism, equal opportunities for everyone under the sun. Stop judging people. Not only, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, by the color of their skin, but at this point by their sexual proclivities. We added one. Instead of stopping to judge people by the color of their skin, we keep doing that. Even worse, but now we added sexuality to it and all the fantasy stuff that comes from gender studies. What an awful university.